I was stuck. I was stuck on the little latch. It had caught my overall buckle.
Am I special? Am I, do I stand out? Is what I make worthy? I need somebody else to tell me, to get me like psyched on something.
But like nobody in your life has to always be somebody from out there.
Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of At Our Place with Megan and Sherelle. I'm Sherelle.
And I'm Megan.
Woo!
Welcome to another episode.
You guys are here with us.
With the realist.
Oh, I'm good. You know what? You know how we've been... So, Megan and I have been taking like these multivitamins for women.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what they say?
Yeah, one is called multivitamins for women, and one is zinc, magnesium, and something else.
So we're taking like a lot of these like vitamins and supplements.
We just started.
Well, that's not true. I've been taking like vitamins most of this year, but we just added these two because I kept getting sick, and because I'm like 32 almost, and you're 27. And we haven't been like...
Well, by the time this comes out, I'll be 27.
Yeah, so basically it's about damn time to start taking some multivitamins.
That's what I was thinking. So. I randomly just got inspired to just... I was in Trader Joe's, and you needed some iron, I think, because vegetarian, now pescatarian. Mm-hmm. And I was looking at their vitamins, and I was like... I feel like women's multivitamins is like a good thing to have.
Yeah, I feel like we should be taking our vitamins, which when I was a kid, my mom would like pay us to take our vitamins.
What?
And even then I wouldn't
like
take
10
them.
Cents or something.
It was something super cheap, like not even. It was like 2 cents.
Oh my god.
It was like 2 cents per day.
Oh my
or something
god.
like that. Like it wasn't very much money.
No.
But she had multiple kids. She has 6 kids.
2 cents times 30 days in a month. That's only 60 cents. That's not even enough to buy a candy bar.
I just know it wasn't. Maybe there was like $1 at the end of the week or something like that. It wasn't very much. But even then I was like, I am not taking those. They taste disgusting. So I still feel that same way as a 31-year-old. But I've noticed in the last few days of us taking it, I've had more energy throughout my day.
No way.
So my crash point has been later.
Well, you did wake up and do a ton of things this morning.
That's what I'm saying. Like the fact that I'm able to wake up early.
But you didn't take the vitamins till the evening. Do you think it still kicks in?
Well, why wouldn't it? It's the body.
I guess
it's the human body.
Yeah.
It's in your body.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't think vitamins care about time. I don't think they care about time. It's a supplement. So I think it's okay.
I'm glad you've been feeling better. It's literally only been 2 days.
It's been like 3 or 4 days.
Oh, well.
Your sense of time is off.
Hey, time is a construct.
Also, why do you and other people in your demographic use the word literally for things?
Okay.
So
well,
often?
Because it's an emphasis.
It's an emphasis.
Yes.
Even though it's not literally that thing.
No, you say it for emphasis, even though it might not be
even
true.
Though it's incorrect.
Well,
you're a liar.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I said that about somebody the other day. I think I said it about somebody at work, and it was like funny. Sorry.
You're like, I said something at work. And it was
because you said you're a liar, and it reminded me of something I said, and everybody laughed because it was so funny.
Nice.
I think somebody said, "Oh, sometimes you have to embellish or whatever." I don't remember. I can't.
You're on your own with that.
Oh man, I was hoping I'd remember the joke and I could like sound really cool.
No.
I'm sorry, everyone.
So what I was trying to say was with the vitamins that we've been taking, it's been like 4 days, and I've noticed I have more energy throughout the day, and that's been really fun. So that's all I was going to say about that.
That's really awesome.
But I made like a list of 15 things that I had to get done today, and I started at 5:23 in the morning, and I haven't finished yet.
I just got to say, I mean, you're almost done, hopefully, after this.
I mean, this is the last thing I'm doing today.
Yay. I woke up, first of all, I slept in a little bit. Normally I would try to like wake up early, get out of bed, do a workout, and get ready for work. But I rolled out of bed a bit later, skipped the workout because I was so tired. I've been sleep deprived for like a week and a half. But I come out here and I look, the fridge door is fully open. So I look past the fridge door. I see you sitting on the ground. There are tubs and tubs of things on the table. And I'm just like, Sherelle's cleaning out the fridge. And it's like 7:45 in the morning.
Yep.
And you clearly have been doing it for a while.
And it wasn't even the first thing I got done on my list. But yes.
Oh my gosh.
I just had the energy, so I went for it.
Well, you're going to sleep so well tonight.
Also, you know what I do? This is a bad habit of mine. One might say it's an orange flag.
A beige flag?
No, beige flag is neutral. This is like not a good habit.
Okay. Orange flag.
It's like black flag.
What? That sounds like...
No, I thought you said, a black flag.
No, I said orange flag.
Racist!
You were like, wait, why? Why would I say that?
I don't know. That's something for you to figure out.
Why would I say something so insensitive? No, that's not even a thing.
An orange flag is a thing, and my orange flag is I'm a little bit passive aggressive. I just noticed this.
Oh no. Well, I'm just noticing it too. So what did you do that was passive aggressive?
Well, I realized like if I want something done, I'll mention it or complain about it instead of just directly asking you, can you do this? Because by the time I directly ask you, I'm already annoyed about it.
Oh, look how the tables have turned.
What do you mean?
I feel like I used to be the passive aggressive one.
You still are. There can be two.
Oh. Goody.
I'll share.
I feel like in nature, I was not very skilled at confrontational communication. And so I probably used to do the same thing of, oh, this needs to get done, but not asking you to do it or not seeing if you're already going to do it, that kind of thing. But now I feel like I'm pretty good at communicating in that way. Yeah. And now look at you. You're apparently being passive aggressive over here.
I'm not. It's not in all things. It's just this. I just noticed.
I'm glad it's not
today
in all things.
That I like passive aggressively have mentioned for the last 2 weeks that the fridge should be cleaned out.
And that's the thing,
because there's a chore chart with that as your chore on it.
We don't even follow that.
I know. But that's where my passive aggressive nature comes in, where I'm like, this should not be my job.
That is not my job. That's just you didn't want to do it.
No, I didn't want to do it, but I wanted it done. And I had mentioned it offhand several times in the last 2 weeks, and you still didn't do it. You said, oh, yeah. Oh, that needs to go. Oh, yeah. And so I just did it today, and I'm satisfied because I got to do it according to my standards.
That's the thing is I would agree with you. Like, oh, this really needs to get done. Yes, it does. Oh, man, I'm so busy, but yes, it does. And then I would forget about it, to be honest.
That's fine. I have more free time than you.
Oh.
For now.
Other than your crazy productive day and now crashing with your energy, how are you doing?
Well, I haven't crashed yet, so
that's good.
Go zinc and multivitamins.
Woohoo. Yeah, I think I saw a TikTok as well that I'm sad to say influenced me into taking zinc and other vitamins.
Why is it always TikTok that influences you?
I don't know.
I remember specifically saying, you know what, babe, we should take vitamins. We should change our diet. We should be healthier. You're like,
And I got confirmation on the zinc because some lady on TikTok was talking to me.
Your mom's going to hear this and be so annoyed at you. You know how many times she's mentioned zinc to us?
No.
In one ear and out the other.
I'm sorry, Mom. It's a classic mother-daughter relationship. You really should do this. Yeah. And then forget about it.
She's even sent us home with like zinc and magnesium and things like that.
I got scared to take the stuff.
Your mom's like a little like woo-woo.
I don't know. Well, because I didn't
doctor.
I was afraid of how it would affect my body, but but now I see it at Trader Joe's and I see it on TikTok and I'm like, I'm sold. So that's it.
There's always something to all of that. Like there's something to Eastern medicine. There's something to holistic health. There's something to supplements. There's something to, essential oils. It all is,
of course.
It all matters and it's all healing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Western culture. Like we're just like, no, we want the pills. We want to take this and then that's what works.
That sounds very congested. Right.
Give me the meds.
Ew, babe.
I need 10 different medications today.
Oh, wait. Who are you even talking about?
I don't know. I have family who's in medicine. And so I feel like there's always this push-pull of like holistic, change your diet, change what you do, use supplements, use acupuncture, use all these other things. And then also just take a pill for it.
Yes.
It's like a balance.
A holistic pill, right? Like it's not like medicine. It's just
no, there are medicines for like everything. Like I have friends who are nurses and doctors, and then I have friends who are like do acupuncture. So it's all there.
Are you gonna try acupuncture?
I want to, but I also there's something about it that triggers my OCD.
It's understandable.
So,
well, I'm glad you're doing good, honey.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I rolled your eyes.
Because the way you said, thank you for asking. It's like, oh, well, she was never going to shut up and ask.
Thank you for finally asking how.
Oh, my God. Okay, I'm no longer interested in how you're doing.
I'm doing well. I'm also excited about these newfound health things we're doing. I started eating a handful of blueberries every morning.
You've been on a kick, and you know why? You know why she's been eating a handful of blueberries? Once again, she saw it on social media because Tig Notaro eats a handful of blueberries.
Tig Notaro talks multiple times. She's doing a podcast now called Handsome with a couple other comedians and I'm obsessed with it. But she's talked multiple times about how healthy it is to have a handful of blueberries or some other type of berries every single morning. And I was like, you know what? I just want to get those nutrients.
I have been with you for 5 years and I've never seen you just willfully eat blueberries until Tig said you should eat these.
I need somebody else to tell me, to get me like psyched on something.
But like nobody in your life has to always be somebody from out there.
Yeah. I don't know why. Unless my doctor told me you need XYZ, I just feel like, I don't know. Also,
I know why, and I'm going to get myself in trouble for this.
Oh.
Your mom and I have talked extensively about
this.
Your
this isn't fair.
Family, particularly on your father's side.
My father.
But it's also on your mother's side. They have a particular brand of stubbornness where it's like, you can't tell me nothing.
But some random person that's not even an expert, but it's like I have to like them. I have to see similarities to them of, I want to be that way, or I want, And, so.
Meanwhile, I'm like standing in the middle of the street, flailing my arms, saying, we should try this.
I can't be told by my family, but I need to be told by like a friend or someone that I'm influenced by. I think that's what it is. Because if one of our friends told me about it, then maybe I would do it.
Do you think maybe it's because you're queer?
Why?
Well, I have a particular brand of stubbornness and badassery and thick skin because I'm queer. So it's like I block people out of with their opinions of me. Also because I'm a black woman. I just block them out. I'm like, I don't really care what you think.
I didn't laugh because of what you said.
Yeah, you did. Racist again.
No. I laughed because I don't think that it's true for myself. That's why.
Oh.
And I forgot completely what you were saying.
Yeah, you're just disagreeing with me, even though you don't even know what I was trying to say.
No, I do. I just had to clarify because sometimes I'm thinking something in my head at a different speed. Like you say something and then I'm processing it like 10 seconds later and then I laugh and then you're like, what the heck, man, I just said something.
It was like 10 seconds ago. Awkward.
Nice.
No. I was saying that as a queer person, I tend to have this now I have this ability to tune people out.
Including me. You're not even going to argue about it. She knows.
I don't tune you out, I don't think.
Just
when you're wrong.
I've talked about this before.
Oh, no.
I think sometimes.
No.
No. I can't remember exactly what I said.
I think sometimes
I tend to bring something up multiple times before you'll even try it or think about it. I think
you did talk about that before. Yeah. I still don't know if that's true.
I don't know.
You have to bring it up a couple more times before I'll accept that.
Probably. I did say that. I said I do that instead of saying, oh, hey, babe, you should totally do this. Like, even friends, you say, oh, you should totally do this.
It's the should. When you should on each other, it's just like, shut it. I'm not listening to you now. We all do it. Nobody likes being told what they're supposed to do. Unless you're one of those really, really annoyingly indecisive people.
That's me. So, that's me. That's why I'm easily influenced. I mean, not easily. Like, I need some reason and I need passion and I need to feel like you could be my friend. That's
Back in my nonprofit days, I was the only one in the house. There was like 13 of us in the house and I was the only one who had a car.
Brag.
Of all of these like 20 something year olds, I was the only one who had a car because I was the only one from California. So I used to have to sit in a room while everybody decided what we were going to go do that evening. And I had to wait for 13 people to decide where they wanted to go for food, what they wanted to do for fun. And I was just like, you know what? Like I was practicing my patience. I was practicing not just deciding for people, but I literally would just get up and be like, I'm going here. If you guys want to come, fine.
How could you drive 13 people?
Well, that's one of the things we had to decide was who's coming and how many trips am I going to make and who am I dropping off where.
Oh my God.
And then I didn't ask for anybody for gas money. So I started putting like this little mason jar in my cup holder. And I got like, after like a year of keeping it in there, I think I got like less than $20.
Oh my gosh.
I drove people from LAX to here.
Oh my gosh. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
You guys are listening to this podcast. Shame on you.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, that's when I first realized I don't really like when people are indecisive. I like to be the one that just decides how I'm going to spend my own time, what I'm going to do. And I've taken that into our marriage. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I can see over the years how you have lowered your defenses a little bit in a lot of areas. You've compromised a lot with me. I appreciate that.
Likewise. I can't think of anything right now, but I'm sure there's been. You switched sides of the bed with me recently.
I switched spots with you at this table for our podcast.
Oh, yeah. That's because usually I sit there and then you have to get up like 10 times.
I don't know why.
I just wanted to sit.
I don't know why we didn't change it sooner.
I don't know, but this is way better.
Oh my gosh.
You compromise. You compromise all the time.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Wait, I thought you said we compromise all the time.
I said you do, but we do.
Yeah, we really do. Oh.
We're winning at this marriage thing.
Yeah. Yeah. We had an awesome show on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
So now here's the time I can tell the new listeners who the heck we are.
Oh, if you've made it this far and you don't know who we are.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you guys are awesome.
I had a dream. I wasn't going to tell you guys.
You're never going to find out who we are.
No, sorry. I had a dream. This is related. That. What?
Go on with your dream.
So we, like, one of our videos on YouTube had gone super viral in my dream. I don't know which one.
4 people saw it.
Well, in my dream, something went super viral. And then, like, a bunch of people were, like, commenting and asking, how are they famous? Like, what are they famous for? Like,
Nothing.
how did they, just trying to figure out, like, who we were and, like.
So random.
I know. They were trying to figure out who the heck we were and where we came from, pretty much.
We're still trying to figure that out.
So back to that. We are married. My name is Megan. This is my wife, Sherelle. And we play music together. We met as singer-songwriters individually, and we joined forces in the past last year.
Well, the thing is, we both made music individually for like a while.
Like our whole lives almost.
Pretty much our whole lives. I think I started when I was 9. I mean, I played in high school, like in church and stuff. No, and I did like violin recitals and all that kind of stuff. But like professionally playing and getting paid, I think that started at like 19 or 20 for me.
Whoa, young star. I started writing music and producing when I was 18. So we're pretty similar tracks
You're
there.
a young star.
Yeah, I was a little baby. In my garage band. But
I remember garage band.
Yeah, and my dad got my sister is a singer too, but she didn't care for the whole producing thing. She was like in choirs.
She just wanted to be a professional opera singer, and she accomplished that.
Yeah, good job. Love that for you. And our dad got us one of those snowball microphones.
Classic.
Yeah, classic beginner mic. You hook it up to your.
Oh, I heard of this song. Is this where your brother wrote that song, that rude song about you?
No.
With the snowball?
No. Snowball was like when I was 18. This was when we were like, this is when we were kids.
Your first feature was of your brother roasting you in a song and you screaming in the background.
Yeah.
Got it.
Essentially.
Nice.
And then I also made one at that age called the Megan Call.
What?
I don't even think I could do it justice right now. It was like me making bird noises.
What?
It was just gibberish. It was nothing. It was not even a song. I'm not even going to try.
Try it.
No. It was like.
Why? Why?
I don't know. We're just kids.
Oh my gosh.
I liked using the microphone. I wasn't doing anything musical though.
That's amazing.
And then Thomas in the background saying, "That is the Megan Call." That's a good one.
Thomas, I was going to say he would make a really great broadcaster, but he is a streamer. So
yeah,
it makes sense.
My brother, actually, I don't even know his handle, but he does.
I can't pronounce it.
Video game streaming on Twitch and stuff. So he's pretty cool. What were we talking about? Oh, we had a gig on Sunday. That's what I was saying.
Yeah. So we combined our musical abilities a year ago. We've been together for 5 years, but we stayed out of each other's lane this whole time.
I was more R&B, pop inspired. Cheryl's more rock Yes. And then we lost our styles to each other.
I don't see it that way. Do you?
No, I was kind of joking, but it fell flat, you know.
That's sad. Phew. Anyway, so yeah, we brought our talents together. We started a band called Speaking of Roses.
That was your name idea, by the way.
Oh, I know.
We tried to come up with so many band names for our duo band thing, our music project, and that was the one that stuck. I'm terrible at coming up with names, apparently.
Well, it just made sense. The roses thing made sense for us. If you look back at our relationship, roses have always been at the milestones.
Yeah.
And yeah, we like it.
You proposed to me with a bunch of white roses.
Mm-hmm.
I proposed to you with a bunch of red roses. For our first anniversary, we got rose tattoos.
We had white roses at our wedding.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
I love it. So
yeah, so we are Speaking of Roses, and we had a gig. We're part of a group called the Feminine Collective. Ooh. Which is basically a group of badass women who are all artists.
Yeah, we just get together once a month out in the Central Coast to talk about music business and music out here, playing gigs, recording music, just sharing resources and supporting each other. I love it.
I think it's amazing because so at the gig, it was like packed, by the way, because I had to leave mid-gig. That's a story. But I had to leave mid-gig and I came back in and it was like packed to the door. And it was just so cool.
It was amazing.
But multiple people asked me, were you expecting it to be like this? Were you expecting it to be this crazy? And I thought about it. And I thought, like, on the one hand, no, because I'm always surprised when people turn up for us. And to see how many people were there for us specifically was so cool.
Yeah. Oh, makes me so happy.
But just to see everybody, like, pull together and, you know, people coming from out of town. There are some people who are not local, and they came, and it was just fun to see everybody. But on the other hand, no, I was not surprised because I know the caliber of musicians and professional people that we associate with, and I was expecting them to put on a phenomenal show, and that's exactly what they delivered. So
it was a lineup of at least 7 women, which it was just magical, and everybody had their own style, and it was just so powerful, and everybody had people that came, so it was so packed, and I don't know, all of us were just such strong musicians, and it was really a special night.
I think what's so cool is it's not something that's done out here very often. Like, I'm not gonna throw shade on anybody, but there are a lot of male dominated it's just very male dominated out here. And I think that's true for a lot of industries. But a lot of the bands are all men. A lot of the lead singers are men. A lot of the venues like to promote men. So
yeah,
it's just cool to be a part of a group that has so many professional, highly skilled, highly trained women who are not afraid of being each other's like competition. It's kind of like the farther you go, the farther I get to go. Yes,
I totally agree with that. And I actually found myself not today, but sometime this week, I was on Instagram, which I don't want to be on so much, but I saw a video of a woman. Sorry, I said girl all the time. Hey girl. I saw a video of this woman similar to our age, and she was singing a song, and she has like similar style to mine, and I don't know, something about that. When I see somebody else similar to me and doing really like so well musically, I get like turned on to like some kind of
Ooh.
jealousy or like,
Oh,
no.
that's different. I thought you said you got turned on.
Oh, no.
I do. I'm like, well, damn. Ooh, hottie. Go off.
Oh my, hey, you better not be saying that to anyone but me.
No, but you know what I mean? Like it's like, it's hot and inspiring to see women be their best selves.
I agree. I think it's interesting because when I saw this person that's similar to me in a lot of ways and just like beautiful and singing that music, and I'm just like, something about that turned on like the competitive women, insecure, jealous part of me.
The one that was like trained into you.
I guess. I don't really know. I don't even know how it got there, but it was just like, oh, there can only be one really awesome singer like me out here. And, you know, it was just so stupid. And I was like, ugh, I don't like this ugly feeling inside of me. And then I just kind of trained myself into a thought process of, what if I was just hanging out with her? And what if we were just friends? And what if she came to the Feminine Collective? And what if we were all talking and having a good time? And that immediately like turned it off. And it was so strange. Like,
you have to like retrain yourself.
Yeah, because when somebody's in the room with you and you're friends with them and you're talking about music or anything, and you could do projects together, or you could, I don't know, just see them and not that competitive mean girl. There can only be one vibe. So
well, it's so easy to have that scarcity mindset, especially out here. Not like particularly in the Central Coast where we live, but if you go north or you go south, like it's just so easy to have a scarcity mind, because when you're paying to play, you know, it's like gigs are few and far between in LA unless you hit a certain level. But out here, it's like we have just the same amount of caliber musicians, but we're not, I don't know. It's like the special thing. Like we've tapped into, what's the opposite of a scarcity mind?
Abundance.
Yeah. Like there's more than enough, and we give each other gigs. We give each other contacts. I've written contracts for people and sent it to them for free. You've designed for people for free.
Yeah.
People have been on my EP and your stuff. Like we just share because that's what we do. And when we do that, all of our music is elevated, you know, because I think like there's not another Sherelle Jane. I'm the only me. So I'm not afraid of somebody else taking what I have, you know, like taking a spot, taking a platform, taking a role that I'm meant to fill, because I'm the only me.
Yeah. I think for some reason, seeing somebody that was similar to me, like musically, age-wise, beautiful like I am, something about
Maybe
that.
There's nobody like you.
No, I know, like you don't even have to say that, because like something about it clicked in me of, am I special? Am I, you know, do I stand out? Is what I make worthy? And I just had to snap myself out of that. And, you know, it's not even about that person anymore. It's about who am I? And
yeah, I bet you if you go back, it just reminds me of Untamed, you know, when Glennon wrote Untamed. It's just, it's like, are you golden or not? Because I remember when I was a kid, just this feeling of competition with other girls my age. It's like, well, she's pretty because she has that type of hair. She's wearing that type of dress. She's pretty, therefore she's special and she's golden. And it was like from a very young age, just even being compared to my sisters, you know, not in like super malicious ways, but kind of subtly malicious ways, you know, like, oh, you should be more like Tori, or you should be more like this, or whatever. Like it just happens, you know?
Totally does. I remember even in high school, stupid guys in high school would tell other women like, oh, you should wear something more like that. Like it's so weird to say now.
It's like your role was to be desirable and special to them. Like that's your role.
Oh man, I have one more thing to say about that in terms of music. In college, I really like jazz music, and I've always wanted to be that like golden girl that gets to sing with the jazz band. And I feel like it's a very niche old school thing where a jazz band has one featured female vocalist for like a couple of songs. And I guess I've just been to a lot of concerts and I'm like, man, she's always so special and she gets to sing and she's like the perfect golden girl. She's beautiful. Everybody, whatever. And so I wanted to try out to sing with the jazz band and I didn't make it. And there was another woman that got picked for it. And I don't know, it didn't feel good. And it was like, well, I'm not like special or I'm not good enough. And like, yes, it has to do with vocal talent and skill, which I recognize. But also it was like that thing of there can only be one, literally.
There can only be one. There can be all these guys, but there can only be one girl.
Yeah, and it's similar for like a pianist in the band. There's only really one or two or stuff like that. But for like the woman vocalist, she's like the star on the stage when she's singing, And so, yeah, I feel like that just probably reinforced all of that.
No, I get it. Even in elementary school, like there was always just the one. There was always that one girl.
Who got all the Valentines.
All the Valentines, all the boyfriends, all the girlfriends. Just like there was just always that one. I will say, like, as a girl that's the second time today I've called myself a girl. I am a woman. It's just funny. I've never been like, oh, hi girl or anything like that. Like I'm a very masculine woman and I love that about me. You know what I mean?
Woman sounds very powerful, which sometimes I don't want to sound too intense, so I say girl.
I get that. I only ever want to feel powerful. So I only ever refer to myself as a woman. So when I was younger, like I was never the golden girl, because I was always more butch and tomboy or whatever you want to call it. I call it queer. I was black in a very like white world. I was like homeschooled and had 6 brothers and I was in hand-me-downs and I was like very athletic and ran bunches all the time. So I was always doing that and I never felt like that golden girl thing. I was always like friends with kind of like the pauper friend. Just like
the what?
Just the pauper
what
friend. Like the poor lowly person, like
like the what? Like the person in
like the princess and the pauper. It's just like, well, I was the pauper. So, just like the lowly person who was like friends with that person, but everybody was surprised that I knew that person or that person knew me.
Yeah.
And that goes back to like elementary school all the way to like college.
And surprise, you were just a queer player.
I guess. I didn't know that back then.
Always friends with the hot popular
I know.
girl.
I'm like, well, there's a reason I was next to you. And there's a reason you were next to me.
Oh, snap.
Turns out I married her, so.
Oh, that's sweet. What's funny too is I'm realizing pretty much every single woman probably feels like she was never the golden girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because it's never enough.
No.
Never enough. Never. Oh, let's watch that movie. No,
Sure.
It's just like, I mean, how do you win? It's like a rigged competition.
It's a rigged competition.
It's a what? It's a rigged competition and it's always a moving target. Like, how do you win?
Especially like even the people we think were like, oh, they were the golden girl. They probably didn't think of it that way.
No. Like, I was looking at Taylor Swift's videos and I was like, man, if there was like a golden girl right now, well, there's two.
Oh, yeah.
There's always going to be Beyonce.
Well, yeah, but
then this year it's also Taylor Swift.
Well, I'm just saying Beyonce didn't get as many Grammys or something.
Yeah.
Or people are saying, oh, the two are so completely different because Taylor gets so much recognition.
Yes, because she's a golden girl.
She's the golden girl.
And Beyonce, for as amazing as she is still a black woman. So she still has a battle that is just not, it's not on the same level.
Yeah.
But all of that to say, like, I was watching Taylor Swift's interviews from like 2015 and like her earlier stuff.
I love that
thought,
you do that, by the way.
What?
I love that you dig deep into artists' past.
I do. I love to see not just artists, but even business people. I love to see their growth. I'd love to see where they were, where they are now, how they did it. It excites me as much as performing.
I love that you do that.
Anyway, so with Taylor Swift, I was like, she's like golden this year. But I remember in the not too distant past, everybody hated Taylor Swift. Everybody loved to hate on Taylor Swift. Now
That's
she's like
true.
a sex symbol.
Well, now she's kind of the perfect, like, she's dating a famous football player.
Football player is made more famous because he's dating her.
I know, exactly. But I feel like that does add to the
Yes.
perfect girl type situation.
Yeah. She's just on top of the world right now, and she's a really kind person from what I've heard.
I'm sure she is.
But I don't know, like, even her, the epitome of a golden girl this year, wasn't so golden and doesn't always feel golden and is actually very open and honest about her insecurities and how she never feels like she's doing enough or being enough or
Yeah, and she probably doesn't feel like, I can imagine everything that she went through, feeling like nobody liked her, so much criticism just like throughout her career, and then now everybody loves her, everybody's on board, she went on tour, all that stuff, but she probably just remembers all of everything and is taking it with a grain of salt, I can imagine.
Mm-hmm. And I was watching another video talking about, like, these guys on a podcast were analyzing how much money Zendaya has made.
Whoa.
And like, go Zendaya, she's made multiple, she's like a decamillionaire multiple times over.
She's awesome.
And that's amazing. However, her counterparts have made like so much more money than her. You know, and she's in like everything and she's doing phenomenally. But she is still a woman, and she is still a woman of color, and she, you know, it's like she's still, it doesn't matter what you have, like, as a woman, it's just, it's never enough, and the standard is always moving. Like, think back to Rihanna when she played the halftime show a couple years ago. She did phenomenally, and all people had to say was, "You're not doing enough. You're not good enough. You're blah 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 blah." I'm like, dude, how do you people? That's what magic sounds like.
It's like, she's Rihanna. That's end of sentence.
Yeah. So it just amazes me how, like, I don't know, we as women, we just have that ingrained in us. Like, we're never good enough. We're never actually golden, even when we're golden.
Yeah. That's a weird revelation.
Yeah.
Even the ones we think, it's like, you know, you're the one. And they're like, what?
Yeah. It's like, well, tell that to them. So.
Gosh, that's so crazy.
Is there a moment where you felt on top of the world and then the next moment felt like you were not good enough?
That happens a lot just in my own head. Like, especially recently, I came out with a new song. It's called Everything I Want.
Ooh.
And
Plug.
I'm really happy about it, under my name, Megan Stoneson. But there's just it's a weird mindset when you're somebody that's creating things just because you feel like you're passionate about it and you feel like that's what you're meant to do. So you put something into the world and you're really stoked on it and you're so happy about it and it just feels right in your soul because you made it perfect how you want it. And then everybody around you is supporting you and you do shows and stuff and it's really exciting. And then the week after you're like, was that even really a big deal? You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's such a roller coaster. And then you listen to the song again after a little while and you're like, wow, this is the greatest gift to mankind. And then you're like, is it really even that big of a deal? I mean, I don't know. So
yeah. I know how that feels.
And yeah, it's mostly just because a lot of us smaller artists, I don't know, I haven't put that much time and energy into marketing my music, so it's mostly just me, my friends, and my close supporters. So it's, I don't know, it's not like I'm going on a world tour right now or anything. So.
The thing is, even if you were on a world tour, you'd still you would take you with you.
Oh, that's true.
So whatever insecurities you have now, whatever challenges you have now, you're gonna have that and then amplified.
Yeah.
The bigger platform you go on.
Yeah, I think it's just the conundrum of if you put something into the world, it feels like a larger than life thing. And then afterwards you're like, wait, was it really that crazy? And I think the reality of it is we're making art and that's just a normal but beautiful thing. It's not larger than life. Like if somebody plays
it's just normal.
Yeah. Like I can imagine if I was a really big artist and playing for a ton of people, I'd feel like really amped up about everything. And then afterwards I probably have a bit of a low feeling like, you have thousands of people around you and then there's zero. And then it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's this weird dichotomy where, okay, so for instance, at the Siren gig, I'm like, I can't step anywhere without somebody talking to me at the gig. And like, we hadn't gone up yet, but the room was just filled with people who loved us, loved the women around us, loved what we were up to. So during the gig, I was like vlogging, and I was constantly being like, talked to, which was awesome. So I like thought in my head, man, this is so awesome. Like, this is so cool. People are really resonating with the stuff you're creating, the community you're a part of. This is awesome. And then I had to like leave to go home and to like rush home because on the security camera I saw the dogs like kicking around a can. And I was like, how the heck did they get that? And I didn't want them to have it because it's like sharp ridges. And I don't even know how they got it. So I was like, I think I can make it. So I like booked it home and I got into the kitchen and there's just like, they had like chewed up the trash can and yanked it to the ground.
Oh my gosh.
And the whole entire floor was covered in trash. Like the kitchen, the living room, our entire trash for the week was just strewn around the floor. And it was just this weird dichotomy of how did I feel on top of the world 30 minutes ago? And now I feel I'm literally on the ground picking up trash, my hands and knees. And then I'm going to go wash my hands and rush back to the gig before I have to play my set. Mm-hmm. And nobody knows that. It's just this battle. Yeah. It's a very physical representation of an inner battle that we always feel, which is on top of the world. And now you're in the trash.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I do think part of it too is that being in person feels really good.
Yeah, that's true.
I noticed I was talking to somebody at the gig and we were talking about like, oh, you can reach out on social media or whatever. But they like prefer talking over the phone. And I was like, that it feels so much more genuine being in person or talking over the phone than like you and I could post something and feel like, oh, everybody's, think this is awesome. But it will never really feel like connecting with people. I don't know. Is that just me?
I think that's just you.
Oh.
Because I'm a military brat, so I'm very used to like connecting with people online.
Long distance.
Over long distances. I actually adore long distance relationships.
Oh, maybe I should move.
I don't want you to move because I adore more in-person relationships, but I don't know. I love the intentionality that it takes to build a community online and build a relationship from a distance.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're doing that right now. Putting podcasts into the world. I love connecting people and being online, but I just realized recently
There's a high that you get from it being in person.
Yeah, it brings that fire back into me, you know.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Was there a moment you felt, well, I guess you just said it, where you felt on top of the world and then you felt not a moment later?
Yeah, I can't think of like other than that trash example, like I just remember like a feeling it's about to get real deep. I just remember like when I was in my nonprofit days, like I felt pretty respected by my peers. And I felt, because I was like speaking in lectures, I was traveling around the world, I was in charge of groups, I was in charge of money, I was in charge of like these big things. And I was doing all this crazy cool stuff. And then I would go home and my parents would still see me as like 14-year-old or 12-year-old Sherelle. So I think that like if you ever are struggling with humility, go see your family. They'll remind you real fast where you came from. So, I don't know, just that like how do I go from like I am so accomplished and capable to you still don't see me.
Aw. So. Well, that is a problem. You need the people around you to see who
I know,
you are.
and now I do. Like I have a ton of people who are constantly reminding me who I am and calling out the good in me. So,
yeah.
So that's just the example that I thought of. It's probably a sad one. Sorry.
Oh.
Did I get too real? Oh shit.
No, you're fine. You're good. It's all good.
Yeah.
We don't only talk about happy stuff on here.
I do remember. Okay, here's a childhood memory. Okay. So I was at this like rest stop bathroom when I was like a kid, right? Mm-hmm. And I was queer AF, but I didn't know it. This should have like tipped me off. So there were like these hot girls who were like hanging out in the mirror. I was in the stall. They were hanging out at the mirror, right? So I remember just being like, I was going to the bathroom and I was like trying to pee quietly.
Oh man.
You know, as you do.
That's happened to me before, but continue.
So I was like trying to pee quietly and I was like, okay, they're like clearly hanging out. They're like clearly being like cool girl out there. And there was probably like 2-3 of them, I think. And I was like, okay, you're going to go out there. You're going to be a badass. You're going to be mysterious. You're going to be cool. You're just going to go do your thing. Go use that sink. It's going to be awesome. So I like flushed the toilet, swung like the door open in my overalls, and I was feeling like on top of the world. Don't know why. I felt like I had that swagger. And they just like paused and looked at me.
Mean girls.
No, they weren't being rude. They were just paused looking at me. Oh. And then I like went to take a step to go to the far sink, and I like swung back.
You fell?
And then I tried it again.
Wait, what?
Swung back.
You're stuck.
I was stuck. No. I was stuck on the little latch. It had caught my overall buckle. And I was like stuck to the thing in front of them.
That's so embarrassing.
It was so embarrassing. So I felt on top of the world 1 second and then in the trash the next. And I had to like lean against the thing and like pull myself close so I could unhook my belt buckle. I was so embarrassed I didn't even wash my hands. I just booked it out of there.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's I don't know if that's better than what'd
you do?
So in high school, I I went to the bathroom. This was during class, so there was not very many people around, but I went to the bathroom. I was in the stall. And then since there's not that many people around, it was kind of quiet. And then these couple of girls, then they came in the bathroom and they're like, one of them went to the bathroom, but they were like talking or something, and they're gossiping about something or someone. I don't know who they were or anything. And then I was like, they don't know I'm in here.
It's so awkward.
It's so awkward. I'm like, they don't know I'm in here. I'm just a nobody. And I just
Baby.
well, it was like, and so I had the personality where I was just like, I'm just going to be so quiet and hope that they leave.
In high school.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to create a ruckus. I don't want to go out there in front of these randos. So I like was just quiet. I just froze. I had the freeze response, you know. Fight or freeze.
I know about your freeze response.
The freeze response.
You freeze. You absolutely freeze when there's something that happens. You're like, wait, what? Huh?
What do I do? Gosh, this is not good information to give out.
That's okay because I don't have the freeze
nobody
response.
attack me.
Nobody attack her because I definitely don't have the freeze response and I will lay hands on you.
So
anyway.
Yeah. But I stayed in the stall really quiet for like a few minutes, just like waiting. And then I think I like shuffled around or something, was trying to like quietly kind of get ready to go. And they were like,
ready to go, AKA finish your business.
No, I don't know. I don't remember. But they were like, oh my gosh, I think someone's in here. Like,
of course somebody's in there in the bathroom.
I think they were, yeah. And they were talking to each other. They're like, oh my God, someone's in here.
Why are they acting like it's a big mystery? They're in a public bathroom.
I don't know. It was just in between. It was during class and barely anybody was around. So it was just so awkward.
They must have been talking
and then I was
something
like,
juicy.
I don't remember, but yeah, they were talking like nobody else was there. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to be brave. I'm going to get out of here. So I went out of the stall and I just kind of kept to myself and washed my hands and I left. And I feel like they laughed.
They were probably embarrassed because here they are pouring out their souls. They both got out of class so they could chat in the restroom. And there you were.
And they just did that thing where they feel awkward. And so they just laugh like mean girls, probably. I don't know. It was like, oh my God, someone's in here. Anyway, so that's my awkward bathroom story.
There are so many awkward bathroom stories. I don't know how we got here.
But this is where we are. Well, that's all I got.
Oh man.
Thank you guys for listening.
Oh, thank you guys for coming out to the gig.
Oh, yeah. Also, a few people came out just to see us, and that made me feel really special and happy.
Yeah.
So thank you if you're listening. Guys. Thank you for coming. And it really means so much when people like message us or when they see us and say hello. And
yeah, we love meeting you guys. So don't be shy. You're always welcome to come and say hi. You're always welcome to hit us up online because we enjoy this little community that we are making with you. Yeah. And we appreciate you guys. You guys are friends. So
thanks for hanging out with us at our place and see you next week.
See you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye. Wait.
What?
We started doing this thing where like you would like send us off in like a preacher way, but not like that, you know.
The benediction. I got you.
Yeah. Send us off.
Let me see. Let me sit with myself for a second. Okay, so this last week, I basically read an article that said like 18 things to do when you have a broken leg and you're stuck at home. Because I have a busted leg and I'm stuck at home. I was like, it's been months of this. I need something to do. So I read this article that gave me 18 different things I could do while I'm stuck at home. And I was reading through it and I was like, man, why do I have to be like the most productive when I'm the most injured right now?
Yeah, one of the steps was like, get your life together, make a budget.
Yeah, do your taxes early. None of these are bad things, but it's just like, why don't you tell me something fun to do, like play a video game?
That's funny.
Do a puzzle. which I do. Anyway, so I thought of all of that, and I was just like, I mean, I suppose like
So
I can do more. I think fine. And then I realized, Sherelle, look at all the things that you are doing right. Because I was like stressed in all of these different avenues of my life. So like there's just multiple avenues where I can point at, and I have like anxiety or stress stemming from those areas. And after reading that article, I sat with myself and I thought, Sherelle, you need to write down all of the things that you are doing right now. Right. So I did that. And there was like a lot more things that I'm doing right than wrong right now.
That's really beautiful.
And I think that's what I want to leave you guys with is this week, journal, like I just encourage you guys to journal, write about the things that are stressing you out, then take one right step towards those things, and then spend the rest of your journal talking about all of the things that you're doing right and just celebrate those things. Because I don't know if you guys are like me, but I'm always pushing forward to the next thing, How can I grow? How can I do more? How can I make more money? How can I build more community? How can I create more things? And I rarely take the time to look back on the last day, the last 12 hours, the last week, the last month, and just celebrate all of the things that I am doing right now. So there is peace in that. There's peace in celebrating where you are now, and there's peace in taking one small step to alleviate the stress. So yeah, that's what I got for you guys.
Absolutely love it. Thank you, baby.
Yes. All right. Well, I love you.
I love you too.
And we love you guys. And we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week.